Alright guys, you voted for this video. Everyone hates King of Nothing. I actually covered a King of Nothing video about Ethan Klein a while back, and I remember watching it. It was just bad. You know, there's obviously criticism of Ethan, there's criticism of everybody, yada 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 yada. We've heard them a million times, because that's, you know, when there's not a lot of content going on, that's what we talk about. We do rise and fall videos of Ethan Klein. But it was kind of bad, and I remember making that point. I thought it was bad. And then a little while after it came out and after I did my review, I think other people just started to look at it themselves, and they're like, oh, this is like garbage. And so here we are. Now we're at a video from Toastify. I think the last time we engaged with this guy was when he did a tipster video. I think he did a double tipster video. It's pretty good. You guys should take a look at it. Yeah, so I'm kind of curious about this. Let's see what this guy's past. Because we already know he's a crybaby when it comes to Ethan. You know, and I understand not liking people. I understand that Ethan is in the hospital and everybody hates him, but I hope he doesn't die. Right? Let's just watch the fucking video. Okay. let's just get this started. If any moment in the video resonates with you, timestamp it down below. Let's go.
Last few weeks, I've become well. Over the last few weeks, I've become well acquainted with King of Nothing, a commentary video essayist who has blown up over the last couple of years and reached new heights of success with his long documentary videos.
Good for him, man.
He's garnered plenty of praise from fans and fellow YouTubers alike for his witty jokes and systematic breakdown of the people he lays a scope on, leaving outsiders like myself to have a generally good impression of him. But after a controversial video on Ethan Klein...
Wow, it was only one video that flipped it on it, you guys? I mean, if he was constantly producing good stuff, and this is his first miss, who cares? You know what I mean? Not sure. I'm just saying. Like, I feel like I only really saw that one video from him, from what I remember. So, like, yeah, if he had a bad video, he had a bad video. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
And some questionable conduct since its release, it prompted me to actually take a deeper look into his content. And I've left my video marathon not exactly impressed. What on the surface felt like a weak video has turned into only the most recent showing of a constant and pathetic pattern of behavior.
Oh, shit.
And it's only established to me that King of Nothing is a performative critic who constantly makes absurd and baseless arguments. He'll go as far as to defame the subjects of his videos and only gets away with it due to them being easy targets who have already done something wrong and are currently hated by a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If there's a person that's done a particularly bad thing, you can kind of say whatever you want about them with impunity, especially depending on your audience. Like, if, you know, and he might have been used to that. If his audience typically hates Ethan Klein, he's like, yeah, I'll just say whatever I want about him and sensationalize it. Nobody will care. And this time people did care. Says stuff.
You might think this guy's a solidified veteran from his multi-hour-long videos, but instead he comes off as pretentious, disingenuous, self-centered,
and a massive hypocrite.
Are you talking about me?
Make no mistake, despite making videos on some of the easiest topics you could ever cover,
Pearl, Keemstar, Cuck, Dub, sorry. Okay.
It's clear from both his public content and his private DMs that this guy cannot take what he dishes out. But it'll be a while before we get to those.
Oh my god, is that Smaggle?
And his private DMs.
Listen, dude, I'm just gonna be honest with you. You know, that's he's probably the best content creator I've ever seen in my life, unironically. Okay. I can't wait for the Smaggle blow up. He needs to be viral.
That this guy cannot take what he dishes out. But it'll be a while before we get to those. So until then, sit back and let's enjoy the show.
Do not go out of your way to harass anyone involved in this video. Incredible stuff.
So, who is King of Nothing? Well, behind the blank avatar, he's a 24-year-old YouTuber.
I never thought about that. He's basically a VTuber. And once you're a VTuber, people need to stop interacting with you, you know?
From New Jersey.
I mean, I'm from New Jersey. He's from New York, I think.
Before venturing to YouTube...
Ah, yes, the armpit. You know, to be real, though, Connecticut is so much worse than New Jersey. It's just a fucking horrible, terrible... I've tried to drive through Connecticut to go to a show the other day, and just driving through there is horrible. Their roads are just not done. It's ugly. It stinks. It's actual just the big fat poop. I hate it. So that's it.
Videos, King of Nothing worked as a car salesman for a year.
I was in the car business for a year, but at least I didn't have to go into student debt.
And had been selling real estate for 3 years before he got into YouTube.
Oh, sounds like a scammer.
Yeah, I sold real estate for 3 years, and I can assure you guys that nobody in the industry takes this guy seriously.
Rather than the long...
Why? How do you... I'm not trying to be that guy. Like, how prolific in the real estate market were you? I mean, maybe that's true. I just, like, you guys, like, always talking about him in the real estate business? Specifically, I don't understand. What? Maybe there's something I don't know about the real estate business.
Expose video essays that you may be used to on this channel, for example, King of Nothing takes a far more opinionated stance in his content whilst looking at the past of certain YouTubers. In fact, if I had to describe his content and style in one word, I'd say literal or exaggerative.
The guy is sitting there in his room, sober, as a grown-ass man making a diss track on a 13-year-old child.
Based.
They post the undeniable evidence of those scams to the internet consensually and delete it later, but they expect people like me to not be able to find the evidence. How does someone consume oxygen on this planet for more than 20 years and then think about one of the worst events in all of human history and the millions of people that unjustly lost their lives based on something which those people had no control over?
What are we talking about? The Holocaust? Thank you for the 12-month small gut from Tingle My Pingle. Broke the tip of my finger at work, but love you. Well, I'm sorry, brother. Hopefully that's not the one you use to, you know, puncture your booty hole. But God bless, man.
Which is the race and religion which they were born into, but she wants to sit there and talk about all the positives of the experimentation they were doing?
In a genre like exposed pieces that's very based on objectivity and the facts, King of Nothing will constantly drum up his points by exaggerating them. This is a tactic that's usually fine and will hit hard when used properly on certain issues, but King of Nothing's problem is that he'll use it on every—
I mean, I'm not a personal fan of exaggerating in general, okay? Except when I'm sick and I want my wife to take care of me because I don't want to do anything. Which is kind of weird. Don't you guys, have you guys noticed that when men get sick, it just takes the wind out of them, but when women get sick, they're still able to do work and stuff around the house? Like, women are so incredible, guys. But I'm honestly like the biggest fucking baby when I'm sick. It's interesting. I wonder what it is. I really wonder why men take it so much worse. You know, I don't really get it.
everything he talks about. Like, thanks man, I really needed you to tell me how the Holocaust was bad by reading the
Was it?
Wikipedia page on what happened, or how making a joke about R. Kelly is bad because R. Kelly did bad things.
Why is it bad to make jokes about him?
This was one of our top-selling merch items of last year, by the way.
Profiting off of a man who's in jail for 30 years for trafficking. Real classy, Ethan and Hila, as much as they want
Who cares? I don't understand. What? I don't really get it. I don't understand the joke about R. Kelly. Who gives a shit?
to sit in their $10 million mansion and cry about social justice for all, it doesn't seem like they're very
Ethan's a little bit of a base capitalist, if we're being honest here. Let's be real.
empathetic to the families of the victims of R. Kelly. You know, the countless women whose lives were ruined as a result of the actions of that one man. You know what R. Kelly is trying to do there?
And is pissed. Don't forget about that.
In that song, literally bring women from Ethiopia to America so he can commit some of the worst crimes on earth to those women and sometimes even imprison them in his home.
Bro, you made a joke about R. Kelly. It's not that deep.
Exactly. Thank you. It's not that deep. We really got to start saying that more. It's not that deep.
It's not that deep, bro. King of Nothing will also often cite exact definitions to hammer down his arguments.
That is the definition of homophobic. You see, I'm a feminist by definition, which means that I
Ew, dude, that's gross. You know what I say, guys? There's nothing wrong with fighting for women's rights, but a male feminist is always a cause for concern. Okay, there's something I've never met a male feminist that wasn't a little bit of a sussy baka. Okay,
I believe in absolute equality, as this is by definition an undisclosed advertisement. Okay, that is the definition of projection, because if you look up the definition of feminism, it is a very, very rational thing.
But again, he does it way too often, to the point of absurdity where he's showing everyone the definition of homosexual.
hey, that's just his content style. You know what I mean? If it works for him, it is what it is.
Okay, I totally understand if that's not your thing. Obviously, it's a preference, but just being objective about it, if it's a woman doing it,
It's okay to make fun of a guy for peeing on girls. Well, I don't think that's true. It's okay because he did weird shit with children. But there's nothing wrong with peeing on girls, guys. You know, you guys got to grow up a little bit, okay? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to kink shame everybody. All right?
that is not a homosexual act.
Hearing stuff like this, you can see why it's sometimes hard to tell whether King of Nothing is joking or not. I mean, does he really think that Ethan Klein making a joke about him wearing a feminist shirt is a genuine point against his views on feminism?
Remember, guys, Ethan Klein is a self-proclaimed feminist who's apparently so passionate about feminism that at one point he even wore a shirt that says, Dad, husband, feminist.
I think that was like kind of a joke, that shirt. That's silly. I mean, I'm sure he cares about women's rights or whatever. But, okay. I mean, if you want to make an argument that Ethan seems to shift back and forth between wanting to be like a comedian and, you know, maybe pearl clutching on some topics, that's perfectly fine. But I just feel like this, yeah, I remember saying this is just a stupid point he's making.
He said he wanted to debate a feminist.
Is it really a joke when you made a point about Ethan Klein being racist by playing a clip of the I Have a Dream speech?
Which, one, is incredibly hypocritical to progressive values, and two, perpetuates another cycle of racism when realistically, this was something that was supposed to stay in the 20th century.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
75 years later.
Is a 6'5" black dude scary more than a 6'5" white dude?
Thank you,
He's so stupid.
Martin Luther King. of nothing.
I mean, just think of everything that your least favorite YouTuber has done and multiply that by 10 and we have Ethan Klein.
Well, obviously, when he says that Ethan Klein is 10 times worse than your favorite YouTuber, that's clearly hyperbole. He's not worse than like a pedophile. Oh, he compared Ethan Klein to Colleen Ballinger in the conclusion.
And most important,
It's fucking crazy. Also, Colleen Ballinger's not a pedophile, so.
he's certainly not any better than any of the people he criticizes or tries to cancel. Whether it's Leafy, Colleen
But she's not a good, I don't think she's a good person.
Ballinger.
Well, okay, that could just be clear hyperbole again. Let's see what he says at the end of his second Logan Paul video.
That combined with the crypto scams and mocking his best friend's religion is, in my opinion, far worse than anything even
Oh, damn. Not mocking religion. No, religion's never done anything wrong. Listen, guys, I love jokes. I love God. I love jokes, and I think God would want me to make jokes about him because I think he could take a joke. All right. I think he can. I mean, this guy created child molestation. I think that he could take a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Come on, God.
DP445 has ever done.
Oh, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake.
Oh,
and
no.
then go back home.
Okay, so Ethan Klein is worse than Logan Paul, who's worse than EDP. Okay. But most of this goes ignored because King of Nothing does his job fine. He rarely takes a risk on a topic, looking at people who are widely hated and easy to cover, like Sniper Wolf, Jake Tran, Darman, Jake and Logan Paul, and Hassan Piker. And there's nothing wrong with covering these topics.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Alan Alex guy. Doesn't he do the same thing? He covers like the easy topics, the easy the easy bangers. Kind of makes sense, I guess. It's a safe strategy. Oh, everybody's talking shit about this person. Let me talk shit about them. Let me release my video after everybody else has already established the perspective. That's the safe perspective on that person.
But here he gives a veil to King of Nothing's terrible arguments. Without all the definitions and hyperbole, he has to separate himself from all the other H3 and Keemstar exposed videos by priding himself as a scam detective, a sort of Dollar Tree Coffeezilla if you want. And you'd think
$1.25 tree, am I right?
someone with former experience in the financial sector would be pretty bang on with his assertions, but you would think wrong.
To a straight-up scam artist. To scamming his fans, Ethan...
Yeah, Ethan scammed his fans because he sold like an NFT, but didn't actually scam his fans. He just sold it. That was it. He didn't have any high promises. He didn't do a pump and dump or whatever the fuck. He just sold it.
Klein has been scamming his fans for years now, who he scammed. For the crypto scam, look, it's one thing to scam your fans, and if the crypto scams weren't enough, when influencers like Ethan publicly scam their fans, he's a scammer.
Despite King of Nothing's supposed love for definitions, one of the definitions that he can never nail down is the definition of the word scam. Because whilst he's got that Oxford Dictionary on lock, he also provides a disclaimer in the description of about half his videos, saying that scam is a subjective term that means something different to different people.
Wow, he's a philosopher when it comes to the word scam. Incredible stuff.
Which is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. And
Oh, he's just a philosophy major. Okay, stop.
you're about to see exactly why King of Nothing puts this in his description. A couple of months ago, King of Nothing...
I mean, he must be very aware that he's not exactly very accurate when it comes to his definition of scamming for him to put that into his disclaimer. For him to like change these things around. Could have just taken an L and been like, yeah, guys, sorry I used the word incorrectly, but...
uploaded a 2-hour video attempted to try and take down Ethan Klein of H3H3, and it has gone down in history as a supremely terrible video. Ethan, along with many of the other subjects King of Nothing has covered, can be criticized for various actions, but for some reason, King of Nothing picks the shittiest points. Like this.
I mean, I guess that does make sense, like what this guy said before, where the King of Nothing might feel the need to separate himself from other people by, I don't know, sensationalizing some of the things that have happened. Because I haven't seen some of the arguments that were made in the King of Nothing video. I haven't seen all those before, though some of them were new arguments. And obviously it's because they're based on being like ridiculously disproportionate in many instances of the claims. But maybe that's why he did it. You know, maybe he just felt the need to stand out. I gotta be different. I can't just be like every other person that's already done this video 17,000 fucking times.
Slam dunk on Kraken, a crypto platform sponsor that Ethan took for a while.
After the NFT debacle, Ethan then decided to funnel his fans' money into an even bigger scam, Kraken Crypto, which is a crypto trading platform which allows users to buy and sell crypto. And not only did Ethan bring the CEO of Kraken onto his show, he then went on to accept...
Hey, what's Crack-a-lackin'? CEO of Kraken? You think he made that really funny joke that I just made to that guy? That'd be so funny, guys.
Kraken Crypto as an official sponsor for the podcast, and Ethan started shilling Kraken like his life depended on it.
Who gives a shit, dude? Like, who really fucking cares about that?
Now, let me make it clear that Kraken is dodgy as fuck now. As King of Nothing shows, Kraken has settled lawsuits with the SEC for various reasons.
In February of 2023...
I don't think that Ethan knew the bad reputation at the time that he took the sponsorship.
Kraken also settled a $30 million lawsuit with the SEC because they failed to register the offer and sale of their crypto asset staking as a service program, where investors would transfer crypto assets to Kraken for staking in exchange for advertised annual investment returns as high as 21%. Then, just a few months later, in November of 2023, Kraken was officially charged by the SEC for operating as an unregistered securities exchange, where it's alleged that Kraken has
A lot of words I don't understand, to be honest with you.
deficient internal controls and poor record-keeping practices, which could potentially lead to losses for Ethan's fans and Kraken's customers. It's also alleged that they commingled their customer funds with their own, which is essentially what Sam Bankman-Fried is in jail for right this second. So Ethan basically
Why is that bad? I don't understand. Okay.
promoted FTX.
So it's settled. Ethan Klein promoted a scam. Except for one thing. You see, despite painting this out as Ethan promoting a blatant scam, one important detail that was conveniently left out is that all these SEC lawsuits were done in 2023. Ethan's last promotion of Kraken was in 2021.
Yeah, Ethan had already dropped him by then. Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty well known. I don't think, whatever you say about Ethan, I don't think that he would try to actively scam his fans. I don't think he's a bad person. So it doesn't really make any sense. And even if he's not a good person, or if you didn't think he was a good person, I think he's smart enough to not push a scam for some quick cash, because it would have the negative impact in the long run. So,
In all seriousness, where was Ethan's due diligence into this company before accepting Kraken as a sponsor?
Wow, I guess Ethan Klein should just have the future-proof foresight.
he should do that.
To
Go
know
into the future, Ethan. What the fuck?
that Kraken would be sued by the SEC 2 years after he last promoted it. The only thing that King of Nothing has going for him here is the better
Didn't he only promote it like 2 times also? This guy's act like he was like best friends with the CEO.
Business Bureau reviews, which is not exactly the most accurate reading for companies.
Kraken is one of the shadiest crypto exchanges out there, and that is proven definitively by their 1.48 out of 5 Better Business Bureau
Ah, that's pretty good, dude.
rating.
Yeah, I don't know how definitive the system is when companies like PayPal, Google, and Microsoft are getting ratings lower than Kraken.
Damn, really? That's funny.
Wow, there's a huge scam you got exposed, King of Nothing. It's a site called YouTube.com. For fuck's sake, Ridge Wallet, a company with the King of Nothing seal of approval, has a lower rating than Kraken on the Better Business Bureau.
Damn. That's funny.
And just to set the record straight here, I am not anti-sponsorship. I don't think anyone has ever
I am, guys. I'll never take a sponsorship until I'm offered one that's lucrative enough, because nobody offers me sponsorships.
gotten hurt by a Ridge Wallet
White Castle, I'm here for you, please.
sponsorship, for example. All I ask from
This is not a system worth taking into consideration, and this entire segment is horrendous for having such an oversight. And believe me, this is only the beginning. Let's take a look at the other so-called big scam
Just notice his head's a toast, not a paper bag. That's my bad.
that Ethan Klein has run, that being his H3 NFTs from early 2021. Before we get into this, I think it's worth at least clarifying what NFTs are, considering the
They're pictures on the internet that you get to own, I guess, if you buy them. Kind of a stupid concept, but whatever.
discourse around them and all the scams has created such a blurry perception. At the root of it, the idea of an NFT
Dr. Disrespect got terminated from his company, really?
is to be a digital collectible, like Pokemon cards or stamp collections. But at the end of the day, if you get what you paid for, and it's not advertised as some sort of future investment, it's not a scam. Why is this important? Well, in March 2021, H3 sold off a few NFTs to his fans, with the profits going directly to members of the team. The sale went smoothly, and everything was fine, until King of Nothing piped up
I don't think anybody really cared, because they knew what they were getting into. They were just getting into, it was just dumb shit. Jesus
and said it was a
fucking Christ. Thank you, Hawk. Wow, that's so funny. Sorry, your name fucking got me. Hawk Tui, spit on that dick. Yeah, thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. That's really generous. That's crazy. Holy moly. Thank you so much. That's very generous. It's also wild that your name is Spit on That Thing. You know she got fired from her job? How terrible for her. It's ridiculous. That was a funny meme. Damn, thank you so much for the 50 gifted subs once again, and for supporting my NFT. I really appreciate that. Jesus, you're... Thank you so much. I'm going to continue the video, but thank you. I cannot, I can't express enough gratitude for that. Thank you so much.
scam. So what are his reasonable arguments to say why? Well, Ethan Klein sold the NFTs as part of a bit, and joking about your NFT sale is the same as Logan Paul's Dingtoing project.
Well, I don't think it matters if you sell it seriously or not. If you're like, hey guys, you want to buy this NFT, you own a picture on the internet. Like, as long as you know what you're getting into. Like, which is you're getting into nothing. It's just silly.
Well, the first scam I want to cover is the H3 NFT collection, which Ethan seems to have really gotten away with, because I've never seen anyone calling him out for this. And I think the main
It's because his audience doesn't care. because they're the ones who bought it and didn't care about it.
Reason why Ethan got away with this is because he pitched this to his audience as some sort of a joke, so he could make it seem like he was selling them ironically.
Me when I don't understand jokes?
Unfortunately, this just wasn't a joke at all. Jokes are typically free. What Ethan did with his
That's not even close to true. What are you talking about? Jokes are always cost money. What? It's like comedy clubs, you know? Even watching a TikTok takes your time, and, you know, I get ad revenue for it, you know, so everything costs something.
H3 NFT collection is the exact same thing that Logan Paul did.
Depends on her job. She, if she works around food, you can't be spitting. Well, I think she was a preschool teacher, and they heard her say "Hak Tui," spit on that thing, and I guess they had offended them too much. Or kindergarten teacher or something, which still I think it's stupid to. It wasn't like, not like she had an OnlyFans or something. If she did though, I would check it out.
With his Dink Doink scam, where he pretended like he was shilling Dink Doink as a joke.
It's so
Doink.
dishonest to compare this to Dink Doink, especially considering the fact that the two were advertised through entirely different methods. Dink Doink was a separate cryptocurrency made entirely to bait in investors, whilst NFTs were and are always going to be tied to mainstream cryptocurrency.
Didn't he actually do like a legitimate rug pull on the Dink Doink? I remember that. I just remember CoffeeZilla covering it. And I don't know CoffeeZilla personally, but I imagine that if Ethan pulled a scam on the same level of Dink Doink, that he would love to cover it. So, just saying.
It's like Bitcoin or Ethereum. Plus, the jokes surrounding Dink Doink were solely about Dink Doink and its nature in promoting it.
Suck my dink, bro.
Dink?
Dog's had a little bit of suck my dink. Nah, it's freaking Dink Doink.
Oh my god. This Dink Doink shit are you talking about?
It's a crypto
I bet that, okay.
meme coin, and it's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
On the other hand, Ethan Klein's jokes
It's not really funny at all, man. It's dumb as shit.
are literally about him being a scammer. You'd think if he wanted to actually scam his audience, he'd be far more legitimate than saying this shit.
I feel like I'm on the BitConnect side of selling. I'm gonna make so much money right now from you fucking suckers. BitConnect! I'm gonna be straight up BitConnect!
The H3 NFT project was incredibly upfront. Even if it was a joke at the center of it, they just advertised these NFTs, disclosed that the profits from them would be going directly to members of the team, and sold them. So again, where's the scam? Where's the sleight of hand?
Yeah, I don't think there's no scam. He's just fucking, the guy was whinging. So weird.
And deceiving viewers. Well, apparently King of Nothing's big proof is that Ethan rug pulled this NFT because the value has fallen.
That's not a rug pull. Just because the value falls doesn't make it a rug pull. That's silly. The value fell because it's stupid, and I think everybody knew that. They just wanted to support their favorite whatever, you know.
But Ethan never said these NFTs were a long-term project or investment. In fact, he never mentioned the word investment in his promotion at all. But King of Nothing blatantly lies and says he did.
Because they were sold to their fans as investment opportunities. There is no punchline. No one has bought one of these NFTs in 3 years. So these investments, which he sold to his fans...
I cannot stress how much of an obvious lie this is on King of Nothing's end. He makes his point over and over, trying to justify this lie by going to semantics and saying, well, what exactly is an NFT? His point here in this little overlooked text...
It's just a fucking picture. Am I wrong?
Xbox is that, well, NFTs are all investments because everyone knows they can just screenshot the NFTs for free, so they
That's what I do.
paid money for it with the intention of having a go up in value. Again, that's not even true. This is like King of Nothing asking why you would want to collect rare Pokemon cards if you can just print them out at home. People buy NFTs because they want to own these images. They see a value in owning them.
Well, there is no value in owning them. It's not even close to the same as that. Like, it's literally just, it's not even close to the same as a Pokemon card. It's just like people who want to have the rights to the picture in some weird way for no reason, to say I own this even though anybody could take it and have the picture on their computer. It's just like, it's a silly goose thing for people with too much money that want to be dumb, and it's fine, you do you, but
I'm not going to act like I agree with NFT customers, their ideas, or their way of thinking.
well, they're stupid, but whatever, do you.
But King of Nothing is essentially saying that Ethan Klein's a scammer because he sold NFTs. And let me ask one more question. If they're scammers, where the fuck are the complaints from the buyers?
Also, even just by the, like, let's pretend for a second that it wasn't ironic. Let's just say we were selling these NFTs. What's the scam?
No, there's no scam. It's quite literally not. It's not a pump and dump. It's not a scam. We put these up for bid, and people bid on them, and then they got the NFT. It's literally like an exchange.
They bought a product.
An exchange, yes.
Ethan has completely stopped talking about this NFT project. And
Yeah, because it's boring. What else is he going to keep talking about? It's dead and gone. Like, it didn't really go particularly well, so he stopped talking about it. What else is there to talk about?
he
Like
also
4 years
hasn't
ago.
But it's not a project. It was a bit. It was
no
like a
project.
segment. I mean, this is just rotten.
refunded a single person
I didn't even know Ethan actually responded to the thing. Or did I watch it? Did I kind of cover that? I don't think I did.
who he scammed.
Refunded, scammed. This is, I'm sorry, but like, dude. Okay, this fucking guy needs to. I'm gonna talk to you, King of Nothing. We're gonna talk.
It's a
Be in
joke.
touch.
Damn, you think he's soon assume?
With all this in mind, it won't shock you to know that King of Nothing has regularly failed when he researches other things outside of scams. In fact, it can go as far as to where I believe he purposely omits context to make his subjects look worse. During his H3 video, he doesn't even mention Ethan
Damn. I still think this moment's kind of funny, even if it's kind of fucked up.
Apology for the controversy with Cutie Cinderella, and despite basically reusing Gokunaru's talking points from his H3 video, he barely acknowledges Ethan Klein's response to those talking points in any way. Oh, but don't worry guys, Ethan and Healer Klein are still building a parasocial relationship borderline cult by selling their—
Dude, the parasocial relationship conversation is so annoying to me. Because it's like, who cares? The whole thing is stupid. You know, there's a difference between somebody like manipulatively trying to generate an audience to take advantage of versus somebody who wants to build an audience and like people like them. Like, it does not matter. Just because you think you know me, or you probably do know me more, obviously more than I know you, because I talk about my personal stuff, that doesn't make it like a bad. It's just comforting for some people. Nobody here feels pressured by like being forced to do X, Y, or Z. It's just fucking stupid.
much.
Making the amount of content that they make is a calculated move that they've made in order to deepen those parasocial bonds with their audience.
Jesus Christ, this guy's so weird.
And when someone develops a parasocial relationship with their favorite creator, they start to develop things like the illusion of friendship with the creator, and that leads to people being more inclined to doing irrational things, like buying a $150 hoodie or two, or maybe even an NFT.
Yeah, I don't really think making merch or announcing your pregnancy
I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's not that deep.
Is directly contributing to parasociality. I feel like a better argument can be made for like someone who's like selling their fucking baby pictures to their fans like Dream. During a segment
That's interesting. It's kind of bizarre, but okay.
on Ethan Klein taking a DraftKings sponsor, King of Nothing says that Ethan lied about when the DraftKings sponsor was taken, saying,
Next, Ethan says the ad was like 6 years ago, which again is a lie. That clip is from 2023, and the clips of him promoting DraftKings are both from 2020. In what world could a 3-year difference be
well, one of those is a 5-year difference.
Considered like 6 years ago?
I don't know. He's probably just saying like 6 years ago. I don't think he was putting too much thought into it.
Holy shit, guys.
I know you pooped my pants twice. I haven't pooped my pants. I pooped in my underwear twice, okay? And it was in my adult life, all right? Oh, it was in like, you know, late 20s, early 30s. Shut up. Why am I telling you that?
He said it was 6 years ago, when it was 4 years ago. Ignore that he literally corrects himself later on, something that King of Nothing conveniently admits in text. This is some huge breaking news. When he covered True Geordie for supposedly Islamophobic jokes, King of Nothing tried to make it out as if True Geordie was only famous for covering the Logan Paul Forest controversy to support his argument.
Not only is the joke poor, this is incredibly hypocritical coming from this guy of all people. True Geordie is only famous for getting sad and angry at Logan Paul for recording a dead person in 2018.
A dead person in the suicide forest?
Literally. If
I mean, I feel like that's probably worse than making some jokes, but, you know, I don't know the specifics of the situation, so I can't comment too much.
did not make that one video, we would not know who this guy is, and you wouldn't be watching this video.
Damn.
That video got him 4 million views.
Again, it may shock you to know that King of Nothing doesn't do his research. True Geordie built his fanbase off his coverage of football and him being a Newcastle fan. He was
Oh, I don't know what any of that means. Is it the real football? Or the fake one that you actually use your feet for? Ew!
known before the Logan Paul Forest video. And if you take a look at his channel, you'll see videos older and far more viewed than the Logan Paul one, covering boxing and MMA and having people on his podcast. This is again just obscuring important facts that totally change how the argument is viewed. And that's just scratching the surface. His Keemstar video is an entire section dedicated to Basherverse, a Minecraft YouTuber who Keem exposed on the show. And again, anyone who has any knowledge of the—
Yeah, I don't remember the specifics of that Basherverse thing, but that guy was a fucking creep from what I remember. That's all I remember.
situation knows that this section takes out so much context to turn it against Keem.
Just to give you guys some context, Basher got arrested when he was 18 for getting with a 15-year-old. That is harassment, and some of it is just straight up slander.
I think it was worse than that. I don't remember because it's been such a long time since I looked at it, but it was worse than that.
Like this video, which is still up today, years after his death, by the way, titled Basher's 13-year-old victim.
It's possible that he was 20 and he was 13.
Here, he falsely claims in writing that Basher admitted he had relations with a 13-year-old girl.
When Basherverse first reported about his past, his retelling was often inaccurate, inconsistent, and unclear, which left a lot of people, including Keemstar, pretty confused or misled. That claim of him being 20 is based on the fact that Basher posted newspaper clippings showing the arrest, which stated he was 20 at the time, and the claim that Basher interacted with a 13-year-old was given to Keemstar by Skydoes Minecraft and Jobless Garrett, two people who had employed Basher and had been living in the same
Wow, so many Minecraft people.
houses him. So it makes sense why Keemstar would run with it, because the evidence he had seen and what he had been told by YouTubers who, at the time, were considered reliable and close to Basher.
All we've ever reported was that Sky Does Minecraft said the victim was 13, that The Zombie Unicorn said the victim was 13, And based on these people and their reputations, you know, my personal opinion was that you were lying.
On March 26, 2016, Keemstar had an interview with Clara on Drama Alert that talked about an emotional twitlonger Basher had made the night before. In it, Basher revealed that the person who started the original rumor all that time ago that claimed he raped a 13-year-old was none other than Jobless Garrett. As the story
not Jobless Garrett. I have no idea what the fuck that is.
goes, Skyda's Minecraft had given him the job to do a background check on Basher for Bam Lounge, during which he found his arrest record. Garrett then called up the county clerk's office to confirm this, which is when they allegedly told him the now infamous rumor. Garrett then told this to the rest of the Bam Lounge members, which is what kicked off this entire saga. And the accusation that we now know probably isn't true about the 13-year-old girl being raped twice by him, it seems to always go back to Jobless Garrett being the one making that claim. Do you know anything behind the scenes of if he actually was told that by the police or if it was made up?
I have talked to him in real life, like at a face party about a year ago, and I confronted him about this, and he to this day still says that is what the police told him.
King of Nothing is making this really dishonest implication that Keemstar just exaggerates the ages for no reason.
Well, it's not like he hasn't had a tendency of exaggerating his content, so I'm not really gonna. Really, not a whole lot to say when it comes to this specifically. Yo, you're my favorite creator right now. I look forward to your streams. Thank you, Dr. Joe Rogan. What is this? That must be the real Dr. Joe Rogan. Thank you so much.
Which is just not true. The only criticism of this entire section that holds up somewhat well is that Keemstar should have removed his slanderous videos, but that kind of goes out the window when you realize it's coming from King of Nothing, who's been told multiple times.
Well, I imagine people in general that do some kind of news reporting should probably act a little more responsibly, rather, when they're, you know, doing their thing.
Delete his slanderous H3 video and is instead just wanting to move on from the whole controversy.
Thank you for the $2 from GD. John Lennon has tragically passed away. Wow, I had no idea, man. Thank you so much for letting me know that.
Stealthily removing credit from the description because the people he credited thought his video was a garbage fire. More on that much later, but speaking of, let's get back to that H3 video. During mid to late 2022, Ethan Klein would also have this bit on a show where he would show guests a prolapsed asshole for shock value. It's kind of like when your mate shows you...
He definitely making some money on that video. Has King of Nothing produced something else yet, or created something else yet, or no?
2 girls, 1 cup, it's humor through disgust. But of course, Sister of Nothing would never have such incredulous jokes.
On another note, let's take a look at what the content creator Brittany Broski had to say about her appearance on the H3 podcast.
What's the nastiest thing you've seen on the internet?
I recently went on fucking H3 and Ethan showed me a video of 2 prolapsed assholes rubbing against each other.
Thanks for telling me the definition of prolapse, man.
Wow, I love it. Was it good? Did you like it a lot, or is that it?
So that's actually really awesome that you asked that because I had an answer ready to go.
Yeah.
As you just heard there, Ethan has this really bizarre habit of asking his guests awkward relationship questions or showing them adult content live on his show.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I have to keep this PG, but for example, Ethan brought this adult actor named Hunger FF onto his show and had him show off some of his talents to his guest at the time, Howie Mandel.
Just go ahead and do it right now?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Everything you requested.
I'm pretty sure him and Howie Mandel are like good friends, so it seems like, you know, whatever boundary he's pushing, he's doing it reasonably. He's not like Bobby Leeing it up here.
Howie, let me take off my shirt. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh no! No! No!
He's probably done that exact same bit more than a dozen times at this point, and the reason why he constantly does really weird stuff like that is because Ethan and his podcast are essentially just the dollar store version of the Howard Stern Show.
Now,
damn, that's mean, bro.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but King of Nothing is purposely omitting context out of the prolapsed asshole segment.
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes I get confused on who the narrator of this video is, because they don't sound the same, but for some reason they sound enough of the same to me, you know?
The reason why this joke came about and the reason why he showed it to Howie Mandel is because Howie accidentally posted a picture of a prolapsed asshole.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Accidentally left it up for a long time that I remember on TikTok. It was crazy. TikTok left it up.
To TikTok.
When my friend Neil bent over, this happened. Does somebody know, is this COVID related? And if it is...
I don't think it was accidentally. This is definitely on purpose.
What do we do about it? How?
Now you could try and give King of Nothing the benefit of the doubt that he didn't know about this context, but I don't buy that. In fact, out of all the examples here, I believe that King of Nothing purposely left the context out to make Ethan look worse. And the reason why I believe that is because when King...
It's because he's stinky. How the fuck did I just die? Dude, I'm so pissed off.
King of Nothing shows his clip of Brittany Broski talking about going on H3, he leaves out the rest of the podcast clip where she explains the entire thing.
What's the nastiest thing you've seen on the internet?
I recently went on fucking H3 and Ethan showed me a video of 2 prolapsed assholes rubbing against each other. So that's actually really awesome that you asked that because I had an answer ready to go.
Yeah.
So we probably could watch Perverse Family right now.
Pull it up.
I'm kidding.
Pull it up.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Don't pull it up. Do not pull it up.
I mean, it was like, I haven't felt that.
More like pull it out. Let me see those prolapsed anuses.
jarring. Like, holy shit.
Why did he show you that?
Hey, that's a great question.
Just out of nowhere?
Well, no, there is a backstory. You know Howie Mandel's TikTok?
Yes, yeah.
What was that one again? He just looked at the camera like, look at this prolapse.
No, he said, is this COVID related? And if so, what do we do about it? And the fact that he knew how to use the green screen feature on TikTok to be like, hey guys, what do you think about this?
Man,
Why was his
that
asshole
was
prolapse?
not Howie's asshole. I'm going to ask Google right now.
It was. I swear to God.
Why was his asshole prolapse?
I don't know what he's doing in his spare time.
I don't think it was Howie's. Was it really his own asshole? There's no way.
But they had Howie on the show and showed him that video.
Of the two rubbing together?
What did he say?
He's like, how the fuck did you get that?
Did he come or what? I wouldn't have.
He even showed me the clip, and he's watching it, and he goes, oh my God.
Ethan follows Howie, Howard Stern, Jerry Springer. Ethan just likes other Jewish comedians. Interesting.
Bro, I'm watching. This is not Howie's butthole.
Yeah, that shocked me to my core, and I haven't, had a visceral response to a video online like that in a really...
That's crazy, because I feel like that's lightweight stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I think we've all seen worse. I've seen fucking cartel videos on 4chan, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck like, what the hell you, that really upset you that much? Two prolapsed assholes rubbing against each other?
Being together is crazy.
Yeah, they showed me that video, and Ethan's just cracking up. And I'm like electroshocked out of my body and then back into my body because I was like, holy fuck. And of course he can't show it, but oh my God, I wish he could.
Yeah.
I wish he could.
You guys already know these grifters cannot hide from me. I will research day and night.
Damn. Is this gonna be good? Yeah. What is this, like a Patreon shout out in the middle of the thing? Okay, cool. It's the end of the video? What the fuck? You don't like Brittany Broski? Interesting. She seems fine. I've never really engaged with her shit before. I think my wife likes her. You know who I haven't really seen anything from? Drew Afuelo in a long time. She annoys the fuck out of me. She's just such a grating person.
And as a fan of comedy, I at the very least have to acknowledge the fact that that was an attempt at humor.
King of Nothing is an unbearably lame performative asshole in almost all of his videos.
Damn,
this is a factor we've barely touched on for now, but it's one that's been kind of obvious if you've been paying attention throughout this video. King of Nothing comes across as a commentary channel who fell into a coma in 2016 and woke up last year, meaning that
damn, dude.
In his videos, we get some huge revelations. Did you guys know that in 2008, Keemstar said mean things on Halo? Well, King of Nothing...
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
...is here to show you the truth.
If posting that video doesn't prove to you that Keem genuinely hates his fans, then nothing will, especially given the fact that Keem has already admitted that he wants his fans to suffer and live horrible lives.
Almost based there. What the fuck?
I've been laughing the last hour that your mom died of cancer.
That's terrible.
I don't give a fuck about any of you. I am in this for your money and your money only. That's all I care about. All right? I only do this show for money. That's it. All right? I don't do it to entertain people. That's just a fucking scam. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I really hope you die of cancer. I hate every single one of you.
Why cancer specifically? What the fuck?
I want you guys to know that instead of bringing up points like the fact Keemstar claimed a million sub YouTuber was a pedophile with zero evidence and used that as grounds to dox him, King of Nothing felt it was imperative to put in that clip where Keemstar said you should kill yourself in Halo or something. Furthermore, did you know that Logan Paul filmed a dead man in Japan?
Yep, terrible stuff, dude. He brought a lot of dishonor to that guy.
Filming someone who isn't alive for views on YouTube is not just a bad idea, it's absolutely reprehensible.
King of Nothing just wanted to let you guys know that he actually doesn't support filming dead bodies. And last but not least, did you guys know that Sniper Wolf is a misogynist? Wait, what?
Now, I know this might sound kind of weird to hear, but I genuinely think that Leah is a straight-up misogynist. Not in the traditional sense like our friend Pearl.
I recently started about
I like the misogynists from those Asian massage parlors because they give you a nice happy ending. Those are my favorites.
But by definition, I think that Leah has a dislike, contempt, or ingrained prejudice against other women.
Me too, dude. Maybe that's why I like her so much.
Based on her actions, I think that Leah looks at other women as some sort of a competition for herself.
Maybe. Isn't that all women look at each other?
And I'm only saying that because Leah has a consistent track record of straight up bullying other female content creators.
King of Nothing, I don't mean to assume that you haven't been around women in your life, but women fight with each other. That does not make them misogynists. Sniper says this shit because she's fucking insecure.
Leah clearly has some sort of deep-rooted hatred towards women as a whole.
Oh my god, I'm starting to like this person so much. Why did we hate her again?
Dating back more than 10 years, and it's disgusting.
Accusing people of certain ists and isms is like King of Nothing's crack cocaine.
I mean, maybe she does hate women. I don't think that that's like a particularly like hot take that Leah or whatever. She seems to dislike other women and like imitate them and has like some kind of jealousy over them. That's probably, I don't know if you need to call it some kind of misogyny or whatever, or misandry or whatever the fuck he's calling it. But like it's not exactly like a hot take.
He just has a cerebral addiction to it. He can't even go a few minutes making fun of someone without coming back down to earth and trying to make some huge major point.
Yes, my man did just show his glizzy on a public Instagram story that he posted at the age of 41.
Based alert.
And somehow, that's not even the worst part. The worst part, by far, is the growling. I mean, I don't know what he was trying to accomplish by growling like that, but it's...
Maybe he's gonna go to like a medieval times thing or something. I don't know.
Kind of giving me some misogynist vibes.
Now you see why his exaggeration is so potent. It's meant to reinforce moral grandstanding on
Ooh, misogynist vibes. Holy moly.
Clips that don't even deserve it, but King of Nothing is making such an outrageous point that it feels weird to defend it. Let me give you an example. During the promotion for the first Creator Clash, the YouTuber Dad went on the H3H3's
YouTuber Dad. Yeah, it's kind of a pussy. I don't know. I just see like cries all the time. But maybe I'm just mean.
Podcast to discuss his fight and talked about the loss of his girlfriend. On a later podcast with Anthony Fantana before Creator Clash 2, Ethan talked about Dad and said this.
Oh, I think Ethan was referring to the guy Dad like trauma dumping on him. It was pretty intense. It made him uncomfortable, so he made like an inappropriate joke.
Honestly, like, truth be told, I would not want to fuck with Dad. Like, Dad,
I would
like,
not get in the ring with Dad.
Knowing his, even at the weight that I am, knowing his background, he's faster than you. You can't keep up with that speed. He's a dancer. He's gonna have
he's
endless
got insane endurance, and also he's
gonna
a little
have
crazy
stamina. Yeah, and he's definitely got a screw loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he came on our show to promote his fight against Matt, and he was just like,
he's an animal.
My life is a tragedy. I'm fighting for my dead girlfriend. I was like, whoa, dude, I don't want to fuck. Don't fuck with.
Yeah, you don't want a dead girlfriend punch.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody wants a dead girlfriend punch to the face.
No, but I would pity anyone who gets in the ring with him, dude. That would be a fucking disaster for anybody.
King of Nothing.
A dead girlfriend punch. I mean, the live girl punches aren't exactly that strong, but okay.
Responded to it by saying this.
Now, I'm no expert in maturity. In fact, I'm actually quite immature.
Yeah, I'm retarded.
But when I think about maturity, the last thing that would ever come to my mind is a 40-year-old man who openly mocks the death of other people's girlfriends who he personally knows.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think that you should privately mock their death, you know?
This feels like a gross mischaracterization of a clip that's really not that bad. It's a clip that looks more like he's praising him or respecting him. And
well, it's making a little bit of like a lighthearted joke. I mean, it's okay for dad to get upset by that joke. I understand it, but it's really not that bad. And also, it sounds like he kind of just like unleashed all his life tragedy on the show. Got a little personal, might have made some people uncomfortable. You know, it's whatever.
If you don't agree with how he said it, you can at least say that he went about saying the right thing the wrong way. King of Nothing, however, just adds about 10 liters of the moral high ground onto it, and this guy's moral compass is all over the place.
Oh, who doesn't love some good common piss, baby?
One minute he'll say the true Geordie is an Islamophobe because he made jokes about Andrew Tate converting to Islam.
To see a...
Well, I mean, like, Andrew Tate lied about his conversion, right? Are we understanding that?
Grown man like True Geordie,
a grown man making jokes,
who is 35 years old, get in front of a camera and blatantly insult one.
Dude, this guy's so annoying. What the fuck? What's up with this constant grown man doing a thing? Like, I say it too sometimes, but like, this is every moment of the day. A grown man did a thing? He made a joke for this grown man to show his wiener? You know, like, what the hell's happening?
1/4 of the world's population using harmful Islamophobic stereotypes is truly disgusting.
And then he'll turn around and say that, hey, actually making an edgy joke...
What's the joke that he actually made, though? What was the stereotype?
Doesn't make you racist.
Now, is this a joke? 110%. He's not sitting there being genuinely racist. It is an attempt at humor, and obviously I don't think he hates Asian people as a result of this one clip.
Definitely not talking about me.
He'll often be quick to label people as racist or sexist or homophobic based on jokes they've made.
And speaking of vile, Ethan is also racist, in my personal opinion, which is obviously very hypocritical.
But then he'll turn around and be like, well, you can't really be racist if you're multiple races, right?
This is exactly what I mean. Here's an article written by the Daily Beast, which claims that Sneeko is a racist. If you've been watching this channel for a while, while, you know I do not like this dude, but to claim that he is racist is insane.
Why is it insane?
He's like 4 different races.
He'll say that Ethan...
This guy's an idiot. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter how many races you are. You can be racist. I don't know what he's... But this is the guy... Wait, this is so weird. What? He can even be racist... What? What the fuck? Is this guy stupid? I'm not understanding. Why would he even say that? That's just like a dumb thing to say. Okay, cool.
Klein's crafting a parasocial relationship with his fans by making content.
Making the amount of content that they make is a calculated move that they've made in order to deepen those parasocial bonds with...
It's so funny because Ethan doesn't even make like that much content compared to other content creators. Like he's like 3 days a week, you know what I mean?
Their audience. And when someone develops a parasocial relationship,
if you make too much content, guys, you're trying to be parasocial, okay?
With their favorite creator, they start to develop things like the illusion of friendship with the creator. And that leads to people being more inclined to doing irrational things, like
more Ethan inclined.
buying a $150 hoodie or two, or maybe even an NFT.
But then he'll say that we all sell ourselves online, it's all fine.
But as YouTubers, we do sell ourselves and our content to the general public to try and make more money. And that's totally fine.
One of King of Nothing's go-to points is to think of the kids. Not literally, of course, that arc might come later, but King of Nothing loves to preach about...
Okay, that's a little... You just insinuate he's a fucking pedophile, what the fuck?
How YouTubers promote gambling to their child audience.
And instead of selling energy...
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not a good thing to promote gambling to your child audience. I think it's worse than doing like OnlyFans or something personally, but hey, you know what? I don't really know. At the end of the day, parents, watch your kids more.
Drinks, he's now shilling gambling to his child audience on Snapchat, or still the human equivalent of literal trash cans for producing income by promoting gambling to their child audience, is that it's predominantly used by children. So I had to make this video for the youth and inform them.
Oh my god, for the fucking youth. This guy's... I'm making this to protect you. I need to make this content to protect you and your lives.
About who this guy really is.
Yeah, this is a pretty shit point to make in my opinion. I'd understand if it was levied towards channels that are made for kids, like the next Cocomelon video is the baby betting it all on black, or Stampy makes a video with a Bet365 sponsor, but the YouTubers that King of Nothing usually criticizes don't orient their content to children. You cannot directly control who watches your videos and what they do, and thus I don't think the responsibility lies on YouTubers for taking a gambling sponsor. Just as I don't think it's King of Nothing's responsibility if one of his...
Well, I think it's okay. Here's the thing is, like, I think it's okay to be, like, against gambling sponsorships, but this guy's not just against them. Like, he morally grandstands on them. Like, they're the fucking literal sin of the earth. I think that's the bigger issue here.
Targets is harassed due to his videos. The responsibility should lay on parents to keep an eye on their children and keep any age verification or credit card information out of reach for them. Streamers didn't sign up to become fucking childminders. But of course, the argument never stops.
Childminders? What the fuck? Was that English? But I agree, I think. Mind your own child, right?
Then now we're talking about Idip's wife Anissa and how she's knowingly exploiting the addiction of lonely men and children by doing OnlyFans.
They lack respect for themselves, and they have no moral compass, because OF is funded strictly by literal basement-dwelling incels who are most likely very addicted to the consumption of adult content.
Maybe. Hell yeah.
And it's indefensible to knowingly take advantage of people who we all already know are at the lowest of the lows in society, all just to make some quick, easy cash. And the statistics
Alright, I don't think it's that deep, dude.
Show that the largest consumers of adult content is actually little boys aged 12 through 17, which is disgusting.
Oh hell yeah, dude. I jerked off so much to porn when I was a kid.
Disgusting, especially when you take into account that OF intentionally does nothing to verify the ages of their customers so they can make more money.
Well, I mean, you have to have a credit card. So I think that's I think that's pretty... That's probably a verification, right? Hey, you have to have a credit card. I don't know. I feel like you're probably not going to be able to get like the means to purchase the product if you're a kid. But hey, maybe I'm wrong, bro. What the fuck do I know?
And that's not even mentioning the dozens of peer-reviewed studies proving the inarguable net negative impact that excessive consumption of adult content has on not just children.
Well, yeah, but you're saying excessive, right? So there's a difference between excessive and like just regular. I think, like I always say, I think the biggest issue is like being able to go down a rabbit hole of the content and like really, you know, engage too much into it. You know, when I started looking back in the day, you look at your dad's titty magazine, no big deal. Nowadays, though, you can like go. Then you start with titties, and you're moving on to fucking people shitting on each other. It's insane, you know.
But adults as well, and as you would expect, those who buy OF are not the people who use it in moderation. So by making a video with
how do you know that? What?
The sole intention of defending sex work, Ian is proving to us all that he's anti-consumer, anti-science, pro-addiction for children, and pro-basement-dwelling incels.
Oh my god, that's fucking insane. Like, it's not even like a normal, I'm not a big porn take. It's just like so exaggerated. Ian's a predator. That's what that sounds like to me. What the fuck?
Again, if the argument was about porn sites overall, you could probably have a good point here. But King of Nothing is actively attributing malicious motives and intent to exploit children.
Yeah, right. That's the biggest thing. People will like forcefully attribute malicious motives for no reason. Well, there is a reason. Like, he needs to sensationalize, or his content isn't, I guess to him, his content won't be satisfactory enough by itself. It has to sensationalize to fucking the end of the earth. It's insane, though.
Upon Anissa. Really? Are you fucking serious?
Ian is proving to us all that he's anti-consumer, and
But there's enough things to not like about iDubbbz and Anissa without having to fucking sensationalize that crazy. No? Am I wrong?
anti-science, pro-addiction for children.
Man, this King of Nothing guy seems to see children everywhere he goes. Maybe the arc is already starting. Or
Oh my god, dude.
maybe it's because his idea of a joke is 3rd grade reading level.
And it's certainly not because I'm a good person. In fact, I am horrendous. I'm the guy who consistently team kills my teammates in Fortnite.
Ooh, got him! Did I just lose? No, I didn't.
Following King of Nothing's catastrophe of a video on H3, many people inside the commentary community, including his peers, were all asking the same question.
Why would he leave this up? That's my, like... Because he's stupid. Why not delete it after, like, 3 months, a month? Like, we should not be able to...
I don't know, he's stupid, and...
He should have made this...
I mean, like, listen, the idea of leaving it up is fine. Only, I mean, it depends on the content strategy you're going to engage with. You know, you have the content strategy from somebody like Sunny V2. He put up a video, a lot of, negative feedback, and then he just left it up and he moves on. Right, and so him removing the video could trigger like an admittance of defeat. Like, oh man, I'll fold if people, But I'm pretty sure that he's like constantly responding to people in comments, etc., etc. At least at first, like, you have to do one or the other. Either do or don't respond to people. I would say don't respond to people. Don't respond in the comments. Just let it go. Move on and just post in your next video and just move forward. But you can't really have it both ways. You can't respond to some people, but then also leave it up. You know what I mean? Like, he's just all over the place. But it seems like he should probably just post his next video, and it's not necessarily going to matter. So
It's a members-only exclusive.
True.
People like Nicholas Diorio and Turkey Tom, who have been critics of Ethan Klein in the past and people who were cited in the description of King of Nothing's video, were quick to disavow this content dumpster fire after watching it.
I'm convinced that this guy's either like a bad actor, like a legitimate malicious fucking person.
That's not nice, dude. I'm sure he could be a very good actor.
Or his videos are an amalgamation of Reddit posts he's read, and he's basically Reddit versus, but he markets himself as a commentary channel.
It's kind of a smart play, dude. Smart tactic.
That's the only way.
Low effort, baby.
That this could make sense to me, because it feels like the video's at odds with itself. It's like it feels like it's written by 15 different people who have different opinions on Ethan Klein, and it's just all mashed together. And like when you ask this guy why things are
like a mashed potato medley,
wrong, he doesn't actually know the answer because he hasn't done the actual research.
Eventually, the video got all the way to its subject, Ethan Klein, who reacted to the NFT segment on his podcast and issued a lawsuit threat for King of Nothing's borderline defamatory claims.
Oh shit, did he really? How old is that?
What Ethan did with his H3 NFT collection is the exact same thing that Logan Paul did.
No. What?
No, not at all. Right?
With his Dink Doink scam,
No,
where he pretended
what?
like he was shilling Dink.
Okay,
You're
that's
insane.
That's defamation. That's actually fucked up.
Yeah,
Say that, dude. That.
I wonder if he'd be able to like do something with that, Ethan. Only because I can't imagine that it had any negative impact on like his bottom line, like on Ethan's finances. But Ethan would know better law wise. He's constantly getting in different lawsuits. So at least that's what it seems like.
Bro,
not remotely comparable.
That's fucked up to even lie about, dude. Like, what are you doing? That's defamation, man. I'm sick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sick of fucking people just maliciously lying. It shouldn't be. It's not okay to do that. I mean, there's laws against it. That's why there's laws.
Uh-oh, King of Nothing.
Uh-oh,
King of Poop. Am I right, guys?
King of paying me. For defamation. I'm saving the soundbite so I can send it to my lawyer.
Jesus Christ.
Keep an eye on your mailbox, King of Nothing.
King of downfall. King of putting a lien on all of his income for the next 20 years.
Since then, King of Nothing has not
Would that really happen? That's fucking wild. It's bananas.
issued any response to Ethan, which is understandable considering the possible legal threat hanging over his head, but his response to his peers within the commentary community has been nothing short of cowardly. Removing those who he originally credited because they criticized him, playing Whisper down the alley with Boblax to respond to the whole thing about comparing the H3 NFTs to Dink Doink, it's all been very lame. On May 6th, 2024, he would make an announcement to his members-only Discord server, stating that he would be deleting it because he didn't want to deal with moderating it. He also adds a little message saying,
Well, you turn the comments off. I don't know if you know that.
Bro, I could not possibly care less about what Nick Diorio says about my video.
Oh, he got him.
If anyone wants to view his tweets, please feel free to check out his Twitter. Don't lie to me, King of Nothing. You care about what Nick Diorio says about—
Yeah, so I don't, again, like, just don't respond. If you're gonna leave it up, just don't respond to anybody and just move on and make your next video, you know?
your video.
I'll still never forget the time Xander Hall watched the first sentence in one of my videos and was like, dude, this guy's trying to sound like Nick Diorio, bro. Have you noticed all the commentators? They want to sound like Nick Diorio. I mean, I will say, though, I wish I sounded like Nick. I mean, I think he has a cool accent.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
I feel like if I did it, I'd have to do it. I'd want to do it the best. I wouldn't want to
Fully,
do it.
yeah.
If Nick is making a video, I don't really think I can top Nick.
All right,
Wow, this guy really loves Nicholas Diorio. Incredible.
before King of Nothing says I'm being dishonest, the real reason why he's now become the scorned lover of Nick Diorio is because when Nick was tweeting about how bad his video was, King of Nothing sent him a Discord friend request for a private conversation. Nick promptly turned it down. Sadly, my offer for a private conversation
That was it? Okay.
has gone unanswered. But considering the messages I've seen, maybe I should count myself lucky. Maybe if I managed to get into contact with him, it'd end up with King of Nothing threatening to beat me up.
You're a victim. Stay indoors so no one can hurt you, mad. Oh, Smaggle is fucking crazy. Come to VidCon, I'll show you, mad. Or are you scared you're gonna hide behind your computer screen? Dude, how big is King of Nothing? I'm not understanding. This guy looks like a fucking... I feel like he's just like a little kid. No? How big could this guy possibly be? How much of a threat could he possibly be? I don't understand.
Up at VidCon like he did with Smaggledaggle. Yes, I'm not joking, this actually happened. So, a bit of backstory. When Turkey Tom and King of Nothing were friends, Tom gave him the mod role in his YouTube livestream chat, and when Tom reacted to King of Nothing's video, his chat was mostly mixed between agreeing and disagreeing. But then...
Was it this one specifically that he was reacting to?
Came the chatter, Shelby502, who really went ahead and crossed the line, with such heinous messages containing fiery language, like King of Nothing is reaching, and more power dynamics.
Okay.
This, of course, was just too much for King of Nothing to handle, his hands getting sweaty as he read the message, his eyes growing from anxiety to fury, and he would snap back by banning this chatter.
Damn, he showed them. Donuts or cinnamon buns? Probably donuts, maybe? I don't know.
You see, King of Nothing, that's how hyperbole works. Now, Smaggledaggle, who is Tom's head mod and another person who frequently appears on his
Oh, is he Tom's head mod? Does he get paid? He deserves to be paid, bro.
streams, called him out for banning chatters.
Smaggle says King of Nothing hiding negative comments. I don't think he's doing that. there's no evidence for that. Okay, that's not true.
This prompted King of Nothing to immediately hop into Smaggle's DMs and give him a quick call.
Dude, fuck you. I hid one person after 1 year being a mod.
During this call, King of Nothing said that he banned this chatter because he was in a bad headspace, and his father had passed away recently.
I ban chatters when they just annoy me on my own stream. I don't know if whether he was referring to his own stream or someone else's. Yeah, I get annoyed. I'm just like, some people will say something that just annoys me and I get rid of it. I don't care. I'm personally just, I don't give a shit. It's, go make a video about me, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like,
now, I'm not going to go ahead and mock King of Nothing for the death of his father. My sympathies go to him and his family. But there is something inherently scummy in bringing up
sad stuff, dude.
personal issues to deflect from criticism of your online videos.
Guys, I farted and shit myself a little bit. I'm just in a bad headspace.
As if it's a shield. It discourages people from criticizing his video because it...
I mean, maybe it is true. Maybe he was having a legitimate bad day because his dad died or something. Like, I don't know, like whatever. But I feel like he hides people all the time. He literally said he wanted to take the video down so he doesn't have to moderate it. That means that he's taking down people's comments now.
Makes them uncomfortable. I think it's manipulative. And you know who would agree with me? King of Nothing.
Look, I fully empathize with the fact that he's lost his mother. That is absolutely horrific. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone.
Go find her, bro.
And I truly feel bad for him. But what does this have to do with you saying this?
I would gladly blow myself up if I could take that fucking shit bag with us.
He's talking about Andrew Tate? That's based.
Because although I'm sure everyone feels bad about him losing his mom, it really just seems like he's trying to gain sympathy points from his own audience. But what does this
I'm not understanding. What is the problem with what he says?
Have to do with you saying this?
It's my belief that King of Nothing has been using this personal tragedy to get his most vocal critics off his back. I believe this is exactly why he sent Nick Diorio that Discord friend request. Now, having been told this news, Smaggle didn't take this seriously. From his perspective, he had just seen King of Nothing bring up his dad's death as an explanation for why he banned a YouTube chatter.
Well, Smaggle doesn't have a dad. I'm pretty sure he was just spawned from, like, the fucking earth, so he doesn't understand that kind of stuff, which is based, so...
He thought King of Nothing was joking or doing a bit, and so he laughed. This really set
Or he's just autistic, I don't know.
King of Nothing, turning him into an internet tough guy, and I would be remiss if I didn't include these messages. Lamau, no matter what words you say, you're still gonna be the way you are tomorrow, and you're gonna have to suffer that way for the rest of your life. LOL. If that's not a joke, I don't know what is. You unironically have a sub 70 IQ. Why are you trying to own me right now? You are molding. Buddy, I told you my dad...
Damn. Molding. Isn't that when you're bald and... mad? Molding?
died 2 days ago, and you laughed. Am I supposed to be happy about that? Acknowledge how retarded you are.
Whoa! Well, I mean, I feel like at that point, why wouldn't you just ignore the person? You know, if you're that offended, just don't interact with them ever again if they cross that boundary.
You would never, in a million years, say that to my face. You wouldn't be alive. Your victim weight right this second
What's wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Like, if somebody said something like that to me, I just wouldn't interact with them ever again. Like, that's... okay.
And you'll be that way for the rest of your life. You are a victim in any situation.
Hey, commentary community. I'm outside right now, touching some grass.
Is that what Smaggle looks like? There's no way. That was somebody else, dude.
You're a victim. Stay indoors so no one can hurt you.
That was John Swan, maybe. I feel like I know too much. I know too much, dude.
Mad? Come to VidCon, I'll show you mad. Or are you scared and you're gonna hide behind a computer screen? Man, this is wild. I can't believe this is the voice that sends a 100k YouTuber into a conniption.
So, I just want to start off with this. As you can tell, I'm very autistic.
Oh, okay. Well, I got it right.
And I just want to let you guys know that if I slip up and say the R word, I have the pass. So,
okay.
Just so we're all clear on that.
Also, why does he keep calling him a victim? Was he planning on doing something more to Smaggle at VidCon than beating him up? By the way, you might think come to VidCon and I'll show you mad was an empty threat, but no. King of Nothing has actually gone to VidCon. He went last year.
And I only know this because, like, I became friends with him, particularly, like, through hanging out with him at VidCon, but you guys have seen my streams before, like...
And he would have gone this year had it not been for the drama surrounding his H3 video.
Well, I mean, him going to VidCon doesn't mean that he would actually fight the guy at VidCon, but...
And I'm sure Smaggle Daggle is thanking the Lord for that.
Yeah, me too.
Whilst I was editing this video, King
It was John Swan. Okay, I was right. Damn.
Nothing, after weeks of silence, posted to his community tab, congratulating himself on getting that 100k YouTube play button, with a Mario Fedora tip image.
I thought he was bigger than that already. I thought he already had 100k. Wait, what? King of Nothing. Oh, I thought he was bigger.
Attached to it. The post reads, "Hello friends, I just got this plaque for hitting 100k, which is absolutely incredible. Honestly, I never thought the channel would grow to the size it's currently at now, because there was a time when all my videos were getting like 2 to 100 views, so seeing the channel grow so much since then has been truly amazing. I want to say thank you all so much for watching the videos and subscribing. Without you guys, I'd probably be on OnlyFans by now, which would not be ideal. Yeah, we know King...
Well, I don't think you'd probably make that much money on OnlyFans. Although maybe he's a hot guy. I don't really know. What do I know? Am I right?
Nothing. You'd be pro-addiction for children then.
Ian is proving to us all that he's anti-consumer, anti-science, pro-addiction for children.
Due to some personal...
I mean, I guess he's pro-porn consumer. Dude, fuck, I hate these bosses.
...issues unrelated to YouTube, and the fact that I got another puppy, which has been a major pain in the butt by the way, and the complexities and depth of the topic at hand, there will be a bit of a delay on the next video unfortunately. It is going to be quite long, most likely longer than the last video, but no promises as of now. I'm working on it every day, and trying to make each video better than the last, so I would estimate about another month and a half before it's done and I can release it. A few things. First of all, those personal issues are presumably what we mentioned in the Smaggle DMs. Also, his next video, that complex issue that he's discussing, is a video on Andrew Tate. Again, King of Nothing...
Woo! What is he, pro or anti? Oh my god.
Following the trend of just covering the most universally hated people. Of course, this community post gathered a lot of comments from people including Nicholas Diorio to take down or address his terrible H3 video, and his response was amazing. The video's staying up, and unless you want to send me 10k in Ethereum, there's literally nothing you can do besides comment and complain.
Just like, why respond to that? Just ignore everything people are saying. At this point, from my perspective, he should just not even like give people updates on his next video. Just work on your shit and just shut up. Like, there's no real reason to respond or talk about anything else.
The fact that you, a grown man who's almost 500 pounds and factually addicted to Twitter, think you can dictate what I do in my video or my time.
Okay, that one is kind of true though, I think. But hey, based.
Is absolutely delusional and proves how disgustingly terminally online you are. Man, the switch up from, I wish I had Nick Diorio's accent, I would never cover a topic.
That's true. I mean, if you're glazing this guy that's addicted to Twitter and now you're fucking going on top of him, it's a little bit weird.
Topic he's covering to fuck this fat piece of shit is so drastic it's giving me secondary whiplash. I have never made a response video of any sorts because it takes time away from my actual videos, and that will not change unless something is in dire need of a response. If me working on my next video for my fans to watch is...
I mean, this guy's constantly responding. You just constantly DMing people. Like, just leave it alone. Stop giving people like the attention that they're looking for. You know, just leave it alone. Don't even be a person anymore. With the type of content you make, you don't really need to be a person, so...
Hiding to you? Then once again, you are delusional. My video has 2.5 times more likes than dislikes, even after multiple raids. No, it's not raids. People just think our video's fucking awful. And it still has significantly more likes and views than your own video on Ethan. So I'm totally...
Damn, got him.
...content with the reception. Anyone is more than welcome to have their own personal opinions, but to think you can tell me what I should or shouldn't do is ridiculous. So let me get this straight. Your response to people saying you maliciously slandered Ethan Klein is, pay me 10k in Ethereum...
Do we know if it's a malicious slander, or if this guy's just a fucking moron? Nah, probably malicious slander from what this guy's shown us, right? Like, he cut context out of the Brittany Broski thing. Unless he's just so fucking, like... he just stopped watching after that point, or maybe a fan sent him that clip and he didn't do his due diligence or something. I don't know.
And fuck you.
So he's more than happy to bully others, but when he gets obliterated in front of millions, suddenly the guy can't even engage with the very behavior that he has spent years perpetrating.
Originally, I had a much more generous conclusion written for this video, but having seen this community post and this response, I think it's very obvious that King of Nothing's motive is not morals, but money and attention. This is the type
Big dollars, doggy. Big dollars.
of a commentator who will get obvious facts wrong and lie about his subjects, or exaggerate to the point of idiocy, all to make money off moral outrage. And it's all overlooked because the people he chooses to cover are widely hated. What's annoying about his videos is that there are genuine reasons these people are hated, but for some reason, King of Nothing picks such terrible arguments that I have to defend these people.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's just because he wants to he'll have something unique to talk about. Oh my god, after watching this video about Ethan from this King of Nothing guy, I realized that he's not just a bad guy, he's a fucking predator, dude. He's a fucking predator who takes advantage, he builds parasocial bonds with his fans, and then takes advantage of them by selling them fucking scams. Like, that's, I think, the energy that he wants people to, like, go into his videos with. Like, wow, I learned a lot from this guy, you know?
To steal a joke from Fantano, it's like King of Nothing went to YouTube Drama's Orphanage of Points and saw these starving, weak arguments that no one's used in years, so he decides to feed them by giving them a home on his videos. And then he turns around and brags to you as if he's Sherlock Holmes incarnate.
But as I've clearly demonstrated in this video, but that's just my opinion, Tech Lead, if you're watching this, you can DMCA me, but that's just going to get more and more attention to my video destroying you using facts and logic, posting the proof of him lying to the internet, knowing for a fact that one day someone like me would debunk it.
Someone like me, dude. Got him.
Put it frankly,
This guy's a super sleuth.
Ethan has become a problem that I now have to deal with.
No, I feel like Ethan's become better, you know? It's been chill. But we do be chilling.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.
This is the intro to the H3 video.
What should I say?
Okay.
As you can see from this drawing, Your Honor, I have depicted myself as the Chad lawyer detective, and the defendant has been depicted as a just a whelmed drawing.
In Ethan's case, what I've presented here is a clear
Whoa, this is a transphobic depiction of Ethan, by the way. We really gotta stop this.
pattern of behavior, anyone calling him out for this. And I think the
I
main-
wonder why.
Oh, I wonder
know,
why.
After 100 Ethan hate videos, I wonder why you're the first idiot to try to make this argument.
Yeah, that's true. You'd think that 100 other people would have fucking wanted to jump on top of this.
I think King of Nothing sees himself in the Content Cop series. He uses the same music and he has the same sort of format, a long video trying to do a character breakdown of a popular and widely hated individual. But despite having made almost 3 hours of content on iDubbbz, he never understood that Content Cop wasn't good because of reactionary arguments based entirely on subjective opinion and shock value. It's because it freed itself from the responsibility of moral grandstanding and looked at everything in a more objective view based on the character, criticizing
I just liked it because he would say slurs. What?
these people for being manipulative, egotistical, greedy, and liars. At the end of the day, when he's not compiling this video with points that other more talented people have already made, King of Nothing's really more akin to Leafy. I mean, the jokes, the hyperbole, the complete bullshit points, repeating himself across multiple videos, and saying literally and bringing up the rage all the time.
literally homosexual.
Plus, look at these titles, man. The most toxic man on YouTube, the most evil man on YouTube. Put these in all caps with the stupid thumbnail.
These look like Internet Ajay stuff.
And you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. King of Nothing wants to come across to you as if he's the pinnacle of morality and integrity on YouTube, but in reality he's far from that. Despite making hour-long documentaries on others, he'll blow up his Discord server and ignore criticism, or use personal issues as a shield in private to defend stupid actions. This probably could have all been avoided if he just accepted the L and took down his video. And now
Yeah, or if he just stopped responding to people. Could have just done that too, you know?
he's becoming another topic in the drama cycle that he's living off of. It's only a matter of time until this guy makes a video on someone who's far more liked, and people start to really notice how delusional and malicious he really is.
Well, it makes sense as to why his next video is just going to be Andrew Tate, specifically because it's safe now to criticize Andrew Tate, you know? You know, people have been criticizing him for a long time, but like now it's pretty clear that he's a sex trafficking rapist, and he's lost a lot of popularity. People are memeing on the manosphere sphere. I think mostly because of really Avon Preach more than anything else, and probably Destiny, I guess. And people realize it's just a big fucking joke. So yeah.
And until next time.
I don't know who Toastify is though, but shout out to you. I've always liked him actually.
I don't know. That's funny. All right, man. That was a good video. It was interesting. I like that ending there. It's a little silly.